The University of Oregon is located in Eugene, a city of 80,000 people, situated in the lush Willamette River Valley, midway between Cascade Mountains and the Pacific Ocean.
Touchdown, Stewart. Yeah, I got your speed right here.
Hey, ball corner 10, outside 5. Are you kidding me?
I'm really proud of where this team's at. We got a lot of work to do.
What's the deal, Duck family? I am Kenjon, right alongside my boy JStew. We want to welcome you to another episode of the Ducks of a Feather podcast. Listen, today we're going to be doing some flock talk, giving our predictions of the college football playoff that is up and coming and right around the corner. But before we get to any of that, as always, Stu, how we doing, baby? How was the weekend?
The weekend there was nothing going on this weekend. I'm not going to lie to you. It was boring. I was bored.
Yeah.
I was bored.
Sometimes you need a boring weekend.
The Panthers kind of had one of them dilly-dallying, circuses.
They didn't have a lot of them.
But, that'd be all right.
How do you manage? How do you manage this year with football season? You got a lot going on, Stu.
You know how I manage.
How you manage?
Them Ducks, baby. Ducks. It's easy to talk about them Ducks.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
That's how I manage.
Yeah, it's very easy, man.
Yeah, and, with the grace of God, just keep on plugging.
Listen, the weekend for me was a weekend, okay? I was in church. The pastor said, he was in the middle of his sermon. And he said, that's why we come to church and we lie. Oh, how you doing? Blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
Not knowing, little did we know hell been knocking at your door the whole week.
Yeah.
So it was a weekend. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the best of weekends, but here's what I learned about times. The entire day, the entire week is never bad. There's bad moments within a day. There's bad moments within the week. But the entire week and the entire weekend wasn't a throwaway. Just because there's one bad apple, you don't throw it away. So it was a weekend nonetheless, but we here. And like you said, we get to talk Duck football, baby. Listen, we human, people.
We human.
We are humans. Let me not do that. Wait a minute. We human.
Just talk Duck whenever you start getting crazy, man.
Yeah, because I'm there. I'm there. I'm right there. Listen, but we human, and we want you guys to understand that we get on here, we laugh, we smile, we joke, and it all seems blue skies and sunshine. But we have our days, okay? We ain't no different than anybody else.
And that's what's really special about this, being able to do it with, folks that you really cherish and care about, and like thoroughly, you know what I'm saying? Because you able to basically do a podcast, putting some information out for y'all folks, but we also getting a chance to tap in and seeing how we doing.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Got to make sure you check on your people.
Make sure you check on your strong friends. Make sure you check on your strong friends, okay? But listen, let's get off the personal. Let's get to what we came here for. First and foremost, before we dive into anything else, we want to get to you, the fans. So let's jump into some flock talk before we go any further. Up first, Quack Attack 4727 asks, not Duck related, but what do you guys think of the majority of Marshall's team entering the portal? Marshall had to forfeit their bowl game, and now Louisiana Tech 5-7 is taking their place. I think that's a tragedy. I think it's a tragedy.
Let's just call it what it is, man. The Marshall situation is a perfect example of why the transfer portal window needs to be adjusted.
It sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks. Erroneous.
Well, look. We can't just outlandishly just say it sucks. It's there. It's going to be here. It ain't going away. But what we will say is it needs to be adjusted. Okay? Having it open right before bowl season is causing chaos. Yeah. 29 players, Kenyon. In 1 week.
It's insane. That's
basically their entire...
That's your team.
That's your too deep depth chart.
1,000%. 1,000%.
And it's unfair for the players that stayed. You know what I'm saying? Like the fans and the bowl organizers. Like the bowl organizers look, Marshall, I guess we'll take...
I guess we'll
fine. I wonder if they get fined for it.
They're not even bowl eligible and they're playing it. They're 5-7. Don't you got to win 6 games to be bowl eligible?
That's why they shouldn't have had it then.
What? You have to win 6 games to be bowl eligible, right? Am I wrong? Am I tripping?
You're barking up the wrong tree over here.
I'm pretty
Let's
sure.
Look it up. Let's look it up for the people because they probably wondering too.
Drum roll.
You have to to become bowl eligible. It needs at least 6 wins, a minimum winning percentage of 500.
5-7 don't equal 500, and it don't equal 6 games. The math ain't mathing.
Before bowl season, it just causes chaos because now you got so much movement. You know what I'm saying? You got so many decisions that need to be made for teams that are in bowl games that, might not be able to handle 29 players to, look at right now. They're looking at their opponents.
Well, here's the thing. Their head coach left. And I can't call, off the top of my head, I don't know the name of the school where he's going, but I'm pretty sure majority of those players are going to follow him over to where he's going. It's just like the Indiana situation.
Yep.
Coach left and all of his players followed.
I can tell you one thing, though.
Talk to me.
News alert. Hey, 29 players that's leaving, thinking that you're about to follow your head coach.
Boom.
You might not make it.
Listen. I was having a conversation. She's like my little sister, and she's out in Arizona going to school now playing soccer. And we literally just had this conversation. We've been having this conversation probably for about a month on and off. And I was telling her, listen, she's unhappy over there. And I told her, listen, her name's Kendall. I won't put her last name out there, but it's my little sister.
McGuire.
Sure. I like it. But she, we've been talking back and forth about the portal and her transfer. And I said, listen, one, before you hop in that portal, make sure you learn everything that you can possibly learn while you're in the situation that you're in. Because there's something for you to get in this situation. Secondly, before you hop in that portal, make sure you have something lined up. Because if you hop in that portal and you don't have a landing spot, now you're just a free agent floating around with nowhere to go. Now you put your college career in jeopardy. Now you put your education in jeopardy. So understand this. All these guys, all these women, before you jump in this portal, make sure you have a landing spot. Make sure you know where you're going. Yeah, make sure you know where you're going. Because here's what, I'm sure 29 of you guys, all 29 not good enough to play. I'm sorry.
Do your due diligence on the potential situations that you might be getting yourself into.
And understand this. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. The grass is green where you water it. So just because everything that look good ain't good for you. So understand that, young guys and young women, before you jump in this portal, make sure you really evaluate your situation. And listen, you can't quit and run on everything. This is more than sport. Sport is life. Life is sport. And I'll say this to all parents out there with younger children. I think every child should play a sport, some form of it, because there's life lessons in it. Just because something's not going your way, you can't up and leave.
Yeah.
When you get older, you get out in this real world and you get a real job. I'm sorry. Life's not fair. It's not going to always be in your favor. Sometimes you got to sit down and you got to grind through the mud. You got to pull, you got to scratch, you got to claw to get to where you want to be. Everything isn't just, it's not going my way. I'm done. I'm leaving. So understand that. But I want to get back to Marshall for a second. This is completely unfair to this university. It's completely unfair to this fan base. And I said the portal sucks. I don't like the portal. I appreciate it to a certain extent. But I came up, and Stu, as did you, I came up in a generation where your word was your word. When I said I was coming, when I signed that paper and said I'm coming to the University of Oregon in 2008 to play football for the next 4 years,
word is your bond.
I had opportunities to leave before I ever got my opportunity to start in 2012. I had UCLA calling. I had USC calling, trying to backdoor. I had an opportunity to leave. But I gave my word, and my word is all that. All I got in this world is my last name and my word. If either one of them go out the window, I got nothing. So understand this. Honor your word. Honor your word. You said you're going to be here, and everything doesn't always work out. I get it. I understand. But honor your word, and everything ain't always an easy fix just to jump to the other side. I hate it. I do. I love the portal, and I hate it because there's certain
guys that take advantage of it in the wrong ways.
Yeah, like there's certain guys. There's a cat at USC who's been at 3 different schools in like 3 years. What are we doing? Like, that's not what the portal is for. So I think there needs to be some guidelines and parameters around this. This is what I think the portal
What would be the situation where you would jump into the portal?
Coach leaving. If your
coach left,
head coach is leaving, and everything's in the air. Boom. Okay. A dire family situation where I need to be back home and be close to my family. I gotta go. A situation where my life is in jeopardy. Something is going wrong where I don't feel safe in my current situation. I'm gone. For real. I'm serious.
Somebody over here trying to rob you at the house?
Yeah, something like that. But just because it's not going my way right now, listen, I'm a guy that it didn't go my way right. I had to wait my turn.
Yeah,
I had to
and it
sit,
paid
be
off.
patient. I had to sit patient and and wait. I
Like,
was in a
what
room.
do you learn from your situation where you had to sit for a while and wait your turn to really like get the carries that you want to get and really make a case for yourself?
For me, I learned it's a couple things. I learned good things come to those who wait.
Mm,
I also learned that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And the time that I spent sitting behind LeGarrette, sitting behind LaMichael, I was able to sit, watch, and learn. And when my time came, there wasn't a slack. I was ready for the moment. I watched LaMichael go through ups and downs. I watched LaMichael go being in games and situations where I'm like, I wonder how that feel. I mean, he's
yeah,
able to come off the field after game. I'm like, bro, what did that feel like? Like, how was
yeah,
that? Yeah, like I got the opportunity to sit, watch, and learn, and that's been my entire life. Stu, that's my story in the league.
yeah,
Sit, watch, wait. There's preparation in the wait. There's lessons in the wait. There's growth in the wait. There's maturity in the wait. That's what I learned. That's what I gained from that. I learned life because everything doesn't happen right away. Some of us got to take the long while other people's road is short and direct. Some of us is curved.
yeah,
We got to jump over some things. We got to hurdle some things. We got to step around some things. That's life. I learned life in the wait, bro, and
yeah,
I wouldn't change it for anything. Because again, had I experienced anything different than that, where everything was given to me right away, Stu,
yeah.
how would I have handled being in a situation where I come into the league and I'm in a running back room sitting behind D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Williams, Mike Tolbert, Shady McCoy,
Jonathan Stewart, you mean?
Jonathan? What I say?
Jonathan Williams.
My fault. You know what I
Nah, you
mean.
good. But you right though. Like what I like to say when people talk about struggles, right? It's not the struggle that makes you better. It's the guided struggle.
Yeah.
Because when you are in those struggles, somewhere along the way, there are people that you either look up to,
Mm-hmm.
that guide your hand, that help you, that talk to you, that speak life into you. That's the guide, right? That's
Yeah.
really God showing up through people. So
Yeah.
those guided struggles develop crucial skills, you know what I'm saying? Like preparing you for like future challenges.
Yeah.
Fostering long-term like success, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I look at your story, like you legit fostered long-term success and ended up with 3 Super Bowls because of that. If you would have
Patient.
given up, if you would have had certain fits during practice, coaches would have been looking at you like, boy, what's wrong with
Stu,
you?
I did. But like as you just said, guided.
Yeah.
Brandon Graham. I had some times in Philly, bro.
Oh, Brandon Graham, a real one.
I love Brandon Graham. I love him. I love Brandon Graham like I love you.
Yeah.
Story time with Stu and KB. This was 2016. I had hell of a preseason. It's myself, it's Darren Sproles, it's Ryan Matthews. Right. We're starting the season off. It's us 3. We're all taking care of the carries. We're all carrying the load. I go home for a funeral. I come back. Before I come home, I get a phone call from Darren Sproles. He tells me, hey, KB, you're not going to like what's going on out here when you get back. What the hell does that mean? You're just going to see when you get back. I get back to practice. I leave on Monday. I get back to practice. I think I'm back on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the practice field. I'm a cone. I'm just watching. And we're walking off the field. I asked my position coach, I said, hey, am I going to practice? Like, am I playing this week? Oh, yeah. We just want to see so-and-so in your spot. We want to see how it shake out. I can use a name because he's my homeboy and I love him to death, Wendell Smallwood. Oh, we just want to see Wendell in your spot. We want to see, we want to switch off. I didn't see the field for 6-7 games. 6 or 7 games. Now, during that 6 or 7 game stretch, I tried to fight everybody. I had an attitude. I wasn't smiling.
Yeah.
I would break down. I would cry. And you talk about guided, what'd you call it, Stu? You said guided?
Guided struggles.
Guided struggles. Brandon Graham and Ryan Matthews.
Yeah.
Brandon Graham would come to me, hey, put a smile on your face. Don't let them see you. Don't let them see you hurting. Don't let them know that they're getting to you. Remain who you are. Don't let a temporary circumstances ruin your career. Everybody knows you as being a bright spirit, having a smile on your face, being joyous, being loving to everybody. Right now, you're showing them that you can't handle struggle. Right now, you're showing them that when it's not going your way, you can't be the same man. You can't be the same guy. You only can be you when it's in your favor and when it's going your way. So I had guidance through this. I had moments, and I don't want nobody watching this to think, again, we said at the beginning,
We human, man.
We're human. We're
not
human,
robots.
and we're gonna say what it is and say what it ain't. And I'm gonna always be 1,000% honest. I had days where I wanted to go to the gym and, hey, trade me, get me up out of here.
Yeah,
I don't want to be here. Even during preseason, year before that with Chip, I balled out in preseason. Balled out. I'm sitting behind Darren Sproles. But everybody's calling because the preseason that I had, so they want me on our team. I'm like, Chip, let me go.
Let me
Release
go, baby.
Me. Give us free.
Give us free.
Let me go. Let me go.
Right now.
Let us go.
My name is Jesus.
Izisu, and I want to go.
Izisu.
I want to go. I want to go now. So yeah, there was times, but again, guided. It was guided, and I sat in the wait. And then I look at other guys that I know when it didn't go their way right away, they didn't handle that same situation and circumstance well, and it ruined their career.
You have to make sure that you tapped into something else other than yourself, because it's hard out here. The world's too big. Situations are too big for you to be sitting here doing this by yourself. There's been
1,000%.
thousands, millions of people before us. So you ain't nobody like special without guidance.
1,000%. Last thing I'm gonna say on it, we didn't went long. Shout out to Marshall for putting us down this path.
Yeah, Quack Attack 4727.
Yeah. Appreciate your Quack Attack. Here's what I think about the portal, Stu. I think it's the wild, wild west. Here's how I think you kind of nail this down. You get one time to do it free. The second time you sit out 2 games. Third time you sit out half the season. You want to do it a fourth time, you sit out the entire year. Put some guidelines. Everything needs guidelines and parameters.
Yeah.
The greatest version of yourself operates within parameters.
Yes.
So that's what I think the portal should be. There needs to be guidelines, regulations. It shouldn't be all willy-nilly. Oh, I don't like it here. I'm going to go. Listen, I'm going to go one more time. I know guys that have... I've had conversation with people that work at universities, and dudes have transferred out of schools because they didn't get the jersey number that they wanted.
Oh, see, that is what you call textbook entitlement.
My godmama used to say, you got ism in your system. And I won't say what ism is, but it's a female dog.
You acting like a damn.
Yeah. She used to say, get that ism out your system, boy.
Yeah,
get that ism
like
out your system. Yeah, but so that's what the portal is. People just transferring just to transfer. Put some guidelines around it, and the system will be okay. But the portal has worked out for us. But we're going to move on. Shout out to Quack Attack. I appreciate that question. Look, that is a great question. A question that leads into conversation.
Yeah.
And, I love that. I love that.
All right. Dylan Corrigan, 42515 asks, Kenjon, where in the F did you get that hat, bro? I have never loved a hat as much as I love that one.
Listen.
Referencing the episode 15 hat.
Yeah, you're talking about that Rose Bowl hat with the duck on it.
I smell
roses. Listen, when I got that hat made me say shucky ducky quack quack, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but listen, you can't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. Right. Okay, I can't give away all my secrets.
Yeah, well, tell us about that jacket then, though. That look fresh.
Oh, this whole thing, huh?
Yeah.
Let me. You see that?
Boy, that boy came in here black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Listen, shout out to Portland Gear, okay? This was a gift from them. They out there in Portland. They got some of the flyest gear that I've seen. They create all of this. They got all the designs. They sent me a backpack. I got a backpack.
Who you say it was again?
Portland Gear.
Portland Gear.
Portland Gear.
All right, shout out to Portland Gear. Listen, my name is Jonathan Stewart. I play for the University of Oregon. I'm from the Pacific Northwest. I'm down, man. I want some gear too.
What you down for, Stu?
I'm down for the gear, man. Shucky ducky quack quack.
Yeah, shucky ducky quack quack. Listen, Portland Gear. You can find them on Instagram. Go check them out. It's top quality.
Yeah.
This is quality.
That looks nice.
It's thick.
Yeah.
It's thick.
Especially for when it's cold outside.
Yeah, man. It's
can't
beautiful.
Just be out here wearing, what are them called? Them windbreakers.
Yeah, but look,
just breaking wind with no purpose.
Y'all didn't even see the back. I can't. I got to show you the back. Hold on.
Okay. Ooh, that's stank. Ooh,
listen, they're not playing.
Ooh, that's
Portland Gear not playing no games. Okay,
that's stank.
Yeah, but listen, I can't listen. The hat. I think most Duck fans know the hat came in a collection. You can't get that hat by itself. It comes. It's about 6 hats that came together. So if you got
sent
the pack,
that one, Art. You sent that to me, right?
The hat?
Yeah.
Sent it how?
Like, I thought you said you was gonna FedEx that when you was done wearing it.
Like a picture? Like I sent you a picture?
Nah, you was gonna send me the hat.
The Hat is a restaurant out here in Ontario that got some great pastrami. They got some great pastrami sandwiches.
You avoided that like it was a middle linebacker.
Huh? Boy, listen.
Honda.
What? Who? I don't.
Man, shout out to you for having the swag though, man. You really do be fitted.
Listen, Fusky Hater 678. What's your guys' thoughts on the 2 new portal additions, Theron Johnson and Dylan? Shout out to DT.
Got some really good information about our defensive secondary.
You want me to tell him?
And brought us up to speed. Everybody gone, dog.
Everybody gone.
Everybody
From
gone,
top to
dog.
bottom to top, left to right, we losing everybody. The secondary is gone.
And that's not to throw shade at the young guys, right? The high, top, star recruits that we've been getting and whatnot. It's just to say that the starters that we had, they all gone.
BJ, Jabbar, Tashim, Nico, Kobe, everybody, Manning, everybody. It's a yard sale. And everybody gone.
Everybody gots to go. But not gots to go, they leaving. And
right.
We have to make sure we do our job to sustain that level of play. And so seeing that we are active right now, and it's good that we are playing so well, right? Because again, we on this national hotline, which is called Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. And we basically telling the nation, if you want to be great, just come on over to the University of Oregon. We are the originals of the D-boys, right?
Right, boy, listen. And that's that's what I came in as. That's what I came in up under. Okay?
Right.
The
and
Patrick Chung.
And then they figured out that Kenjon was able to catch, so they was like, look, we're going to make you sure you go on the offense since you can catch.
I didn't want to. I ain't gonna lie. Go ahead, get back to your. I'm not gonna dive into that. Go ahead. It worked out,
it's good to have 2 DBs to start the whole process of finding the revitalization that's going to be needed for that secondary, because they've been a powerhouse for us. And to get guys of that stature would hopefully produce some guys like Christian Gonzalez. I looked at him playing against Arizona this past weekend with Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
That was a matchup that we're going to be able to see for some time. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 guys going at it, best at their position. And Christian Gonzalez is one of those guys. And if you want to be a guy like that, he was part of the whole system. You know what I'm saying? And he came to Oregon, made a name for himself, and then boom.
I love both of them. Theron is a guy with ball skill abilities. And one of the hardest things in the world for a DB to do these days, we've talked about it, is find the football. And he's a guy that can locate the football. He's a guy that can pick the football off. And he's a guy that can take it the distance. And when you look at Dylan Thieneman, he puts me in the mind frame of John Boyette. And we haven't had a John Boyette in a long time. You're talking about somebody that's going to come up in the run game and put their nose on that ball carrier and make them feel him. I remember playing against Cam Newton, who had arguably one of the greatest seasons of college football history when he was at Auburn. When we played them in that natty, John Boyette made Cam Newton feel him every time Cam ran that ball. And that's what you need from a safety. You need a safety that's going to come up and punish a guy. You need a safety that's going to come up and make receivers think about crossing the middle. And that's what Dylan Thieneman is, and that's who he is. Like I said, he puts me in the mind frame of John Boyette. A go-getter, a ball hawk, and a dude that's gonna make you feel him. He gonna come down and lay that wood.
Oh yeah, he gonna do that. As a freshman All-American, 106 tackles.
Yeah,
6 interceptions.
Like fourth in the conference.
A freshman, dog.
Yeah,
a freshman. That means he out there like making people look like folded loaves of bread.
Nah, he's a dog. He's a dog. I haven't seen a lot of Theron, but the little bit that I have seen, whether it was the highlights, I like them. I like them both. Yeah. And I think that's a great start to kind of revamp a secondary that has really been a strong point, as you said, for this defense and for this team throughout this season.
Yeah, they can come in and make an immediate impact. Just a normal Dave ask, These are
Just
incredible
a day,
names, by the
just
way.
an ordinary day, just trying to get by.
Okay. Huh? Man, we about to make songs on all the names?
I
Like
don't
what?
know. We just might. We might have to do something like that, okay?
Just a normal Dave asking questions about his duckies.
I like what you did there. Little R&B vibe.
What would you change about the college football playoffs for the future? I would eliminate the conference championship games and go right into playoff mode and keep the byes for the top 4.
I don't agree. I think conference championships are important. Not only are they important to the teams, but they're important to the actual conference. They're important to college football. If you take conference championship games away, you take a lot of legacy away. You take a lot of dominance and prominence. You take a lot away from the game. So I think conference championships are imperative. I think they're a necessity. I think you want to know who the best in your conference is, and I don't care about your record. Okay, if you got the best record, now you meet that other side of the bracket, you come together, and let me see you be the best team on that day. So I don't agree with that aspect of it. Excuse me. What I do think should happen with the college football playoff is, and I think I said this in a tweet or in response, I think it was in response to Josh Pate, one of his posts that he made, or CBS Sports. You take your 4 conference champions, and they are automatically in. After that, you do a reseeding afterwards. Right after conference championship weekend, you take that, okay, you got your 4 guaranteed spots. Now you do a reseeding of those teams, and you go from top to bottom. And whatever the record is, doesn't matter, but if they are one of the better teams, they go to the top. You reseed, and I think that kind of solves and eliminates a lot of the issues. But to take away the conference championship game would really be doing a disservice to the college football game and the college football fan base.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, there's all different ways to do this. You can get it to the, after conference championships, just keep it at an 18 playoff, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And then you can also like go into this whole system of like, we know the Power 4.
Yeah.
You just add the Power 5. And you basically...
Who would that be?
I would think that based off of strength of schedule,
okay,
that's where you would pick the 5th. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So obviously Pac-12, nah. There's only 2 teams in there right now. But you can go...
Nah. Hey. Goodbye.
You is sorry. Really sorry.
That's my accomplishment.
You ain't got it at all.
Out of there.
But you can replace them with like the WAC conference or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, but you absolutely 1000% cannot get rid of conference championships.
Right.
That just doesn't work. What I do think we could do, Stu, kind of like the NFL. The best 2 teams get a bye, everybody else plays. Wild card games.
I like that idea. Let's just go with that idea.
I like these questions. I like where these questions have led us. They've taken us down so many winding and twisting roads.
Yeah, the winding, twisty roads are really good there, fella.
Such beautiful conversation has ensued from these questions, and I love it. I love it. I don't like it. More of it. I love it. Need more. I like it. Okay, now let's get into our predictions for the college football playoff. We had some similarities and we had some differences. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, we got our brackets. So starting off with Tennessee and Ohio State, Texas and Clemson. JStew said that Tennessee would win this first game. Am I correct?
I got Tennessee winning this game. Obviously, I think they can exploit Ohio State's weaknesses. The up-tempo product that they got with Nico. I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to be able to pull them guys apart, especially when they get tired. Yeah. Ohio State, they not really built for the endurance, especially right now towards the end of the season. They've had some battles that they've lost, Michigan especially. Yeah. And I think just that game was so defined as far as who they are on the field, as far as a product.
I'm with you. And I was right along with you. I got Tennessee winning this game. I think it does come back to quarterback play and come down to quarterback play. And I'm riding with Nico. I love that kid. I love his upside. I love what I've seen from him this season. And let's be real, that defensive front that Tennessee got, they ain't no joke neither. I know everybody's saying, it's going to be in Columbus and it's going to be a cold weather game. I don't think that matters. Here's what I will say. Mental toughness is everything.
Everything.
And everybody don't respond well to cold games. So that would be an interesting piece to this is how does Tennessee respond to being up there and that weather is not ain't gonna be too friendly. But I'm still rolling with it with Tennessee.
And I also just think Ohio State emotionally right now,
not a good place.
It's just bad.
Yeah,
after that loss and then everything that take place on that field and players crying about stuff and wanting to fight, like there's a lot of mess. Yeah, that they are battling embarrassment.
yeah, no doubt about it.
So,
all right, next up we got Texas and Clemson. Who'd you go with?
You already know, Coach Dabo Swinney, dog. Dabo. Now listen, everybody want to do all the hype and hollering about Texas and them Longhorns. Shout out to Fozzie Whitaker, by the way, my dog.
Fozzie Whit.
But the Tigers have a decent trench. And as you know, them trenches, it can get you, especially if you ain't mobile.
Yeah.
Right? And so the guy that they've been going with on Texas side offensively at quarterback, he ain't the guy.
You stealing my shine. You stealing my thunder.
He is not the guy.
Get out my kitchen. Get out my kitchen.
We in the same kitchen cooking the same stuff. We got a lot of people to feed.
Why do we
got a lot of people to feed, man.
I gotta figure out something. I gotta figure out something else to say now. Damn it.
No, you don't. This is the only reason. This is the only reason that you need to go with. Listen, he is too slow. His arm strength ain't that great.
Yeah.
So what do you expect? You expect a win out of this? No. And you got a pissed off Dabo talking to his players, talking about, look, I didn't go to the portal. I went to y'all.
Dabo talking about nothing but God and Jesus. That's all. Dabo ain't talking nothing else but God and Jesus over there.
So I need y'all to prove me right.
The Lord is with us.
Yes.
The Lord's favor is upon us.
Yes, Lord.
Get thee behind me. Say,
yes.
Dabo ain't talking. Dabo talking. He ain't talking nothing football. He talking straight Jesus over there.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember who I picked right here. Did I pick Clemson? And listen, I'm not jumping out the car with you. Okay.
Yeah, stay in the car, man.
Listen,
buckle up.
I'm holding on like a hubcap speeding in the 91 freeway in the fast lane, baby. We ain't going nowhere.
Don't let it come off.
No, it ain't going nowhere. Listen, the same exact reason that you just discussed, Texas' best chance at becoming a national champion does not lie in Ewers. It lies in Arch Manning.
Yeah.
He is a dog. He gives their offense more diversity. He is electric. His arm is better. His legs are better.
He's just a better player.
He's a better football player. I think that is Texas's best chance at winning. And excuse me. And to Sark, if you want to win, put Manning in. That's the bottom line. And I hope you don't. I hope you don't. I really hope that you don't. Your best chance is with 16.
I can tell you this. If we're saying that, everybody's saying that. And your recruits looking at you to, what you going to do, coach?
No, his team. I don't listen. I don't care. But hey, I don't care how much you believe in yours. I don't care how much of that is, how much that's your dog, how much that's your boy, your homeboy. When you see I'll put it this way. When we was watching Marcus Mariota before he became the starter, myself, LaMichael, and Coach Cam was like, do y'all see what we see? Do y'all see what we see?
Yeah.
And listen, DT was that guy. DT was that dude.
But Marcus was special.
Was the same animal, but a different beast.
Yeah.
That's what that was. And that's the situation in Texas. You already flirting with it. You already taking them out the game, putting Arch in. You taking Ewers out, you playing with it. Stop playing with it. Stop playing with it. That's crazy. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Relax.
Let's move on. So now listen, we're gonna jump to that other side. Are we gonna jump to the other side? You want to stay on the left side?
We can go to the right side now.
All right, let's start out top. We got Notre Dame versus Indiana. Listen, we was in one accord on that left side. This is where it get dicey. Who you got, Stu?
Touchdown, Jesus. And the Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
They gonna come in there like this.
Yeah.
You see my hands? They ready to rumble.
I see it. You ready to fight. I see
they
it.
ready to fight, ain't they?
I see it. I see it.
What you gonna do if somebody came up to you like this?
You know what I'm gonna do.
You better run.
You know what I'm gonna do.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm gonna do.
I just feel like offensively, again, this is a game where I just believe that Notre Dame's built different in the trenches.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? So Indiana ain't really seen that all year. And we know when they had to face an opponent that wasn't inferior, they got mollywopped. So I think, the mollywop is going to continue when they face people that are better than them.
I feel you. And so I did choose Indiana, but at this point in time, I want to take the time to apologize to absolutely nobody, because Coach Cignetti gonna have these boys show up, ball out, and Rudy's going home. Rudy's getting up out of there. All it is, this ain't gonna get it done.
Man,
this not gonna get it done.
No.
They out of there. They gone.
Listen,
that's what I believe.
They ain't gonna have enough time to score the points. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Indiana has to score a lot of points to come out victorious. They ain't gonna have no time.
This is going to be a running game, Stu. This is going to be a run game.
Gonna control that offensive line.
No.
They're gonna control that trench. And it's just gonna be clock and wear and tear.
Who the coach of the year?
You already know, Dan Lanning.
No, that's in our hearts. In our hearts. Cignetti. He's gonna have these boys right. But
he might be the coach of the year. But really though, is he?
I would have. Yeah. No, listen, nobody expected Indiana to do what they did.
Nobody expected it. But if you look at it, it's like they didn't. Listen, bro. They ain't play nobody.
No.
You ain't gonna get me started.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Nope. We're not gonna do that.
Get me started.
I don't care who they played.
They still gotta play grown men and bodies out there. But I'm gonna tell you this: there's levels to this stuff.
And they handled them. It's not like they was in close games. They handled these boys.
They did.
So I'm not doing that. Shout out to Cignetti and them Indiana Hoosiers. Even though y'all a basketball university, I still got y'all winning this. Let's get on. Let's go Penn State SMU. Who'd you pick, Stu?
You already know. SMU, baby. Now listen. This is an incredible storyline. You know the story of Cinderella. She lost her slipper. But this is a different storyline. SMU, they got both of them shoes. Yeah. They got them filled up too, right? Yeah. So a lot of people aren't going to look at them as a team that would be able to come out victorious against Penn State, right? Penn State's well coached. They got a fire lit. They ready to go. What you over there sucking your teeth for, that boy?
Barbecue chicken.
Nah, there ain't no barbecue chicken over here. Only thing that's getting barbecued is a cat. The horses over there. Listen, SMU horses, they're going to be running all over the place. The Mustangs, they're going to be running all over the place.
Okay,
in the cold, too?
Listen.
They're going to be in the cold? Where they going to be at?
You know where they're going to be at. Penn State.
It's going to be cold, and you guess what? You run faster when it's cold outside, don't you?
No, you don't.
Because it's so cold. You ain't trying to get hit.
No, you don't. Listen.
I remember when I played outside in Minnesota against the Vikings, I was running faster than everybody out there, I felt like.
Don't touch me.
Nobody wanted to be out there. I had the ball carrier runs faster. I'm going to tell you that.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. In that Big Ten championship, it was no pity for the kitty. None at all. None whatsoever. But hear me clear when I say this. It's going to be a nightmare. That Cinderella story, that clock is going to strike 12. The carriage is turning back into a pumpkin. The horses is turning back into rats. It's over with. That nice gown you got on, back to rags. Get back in that house, get that mop, get that broom, and get the cleaning. Penn State, and it ain't going to go late. Get up out of here.
Boy, I hear you, boy. Listen to me. Look, they can be in dirty rags. Okay? That's who they are. They can be that. Right? But you might see dirty rags, but what they see is something different. Okay? And that's what's going to shock the world.
It doesn't matter what they see. That's what's
going to shock the world.
Yeah, nah.
Because
that's
the electric atmosphere, they're going to be able to feed off of all that. They're going to be like, man, yeah, we dirty rags to riches. We ain't never been in this environment. You right. We ain't never been up here in Penn State. You right. But you know what? We're going to take advantage of all this. We're gonna enjoy ourselves at this ball. We're going to have ourselves a ball.
Stu, you know what you do to a pig before you slaughter him?
It don't matter. You make sure you make sure you get them nice and fed.
You fatten them up. Yeah, get them nice and fed. And that's all SMU has been done. They getting fattened up right now for a feast. Let's move on, Stu. Let's get off the kitty and the horse, okay? Let's get off your high horse. And let's get down to this.
I like what you did there.
You like what I did right there? You see what
I did? That was good.
That was good. That was good. Let's jump into this quarterfinal, okay? Who you got?
All right, Tennessee playing Oregon Ducks.
Do we gotta talk about it? We ain't
gotta talk about it, but you know what? We might as well. We'll say a little bit. We'll say 5 cents worth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all that Tennessee is worth in this game. 5 cents. That's about it. No more change.
No more.
But the Ducks, man, it's just too much heat in the kitchen because they're gonna be in there cooking. Okay, they're going to be cooking for a long time because they got a bye week. And so when they get out of that kitchen, they're going to be sweating and they're going to be ready to serve. And look, Tennessee, they're going to be washing some dishes, dog.
I'm with you. Listen, I like to cook, Stu.
Yeah.
And I love the delicacies. I love different meats, right?
Yeah.
And when you want the most flavor, you let that meat marinate. You season it the night before.
Yeah.
You get your Lowry's, you get your salt, you get your pepper, you get your garlic, you get your onion, you get your bell peppers, you get all of that. You mix it
Some
up.
Creole seasoning.
You get it all. You get all that. Then you cover it, right? You put it in the fridge. You let it marinate. And that's what Oregon is doing over these next 24 days.
Yeah, that sounds good.
They marinating.
What time you serving dinner, dog?
Can't come. Can't come. I ain't cooking. Listen, that's what's happening. The Ducks is marinating right now, and when they burst out the flavor, you ain't gonna be able to handle it. Listen, Tennessee know what's up. We done been here before. We didn't been down this road before.
Yeah, pack your lunch bags, Tennessee.
Don't pack an overnight bag because you won't be here to stay. You're getting your ass sent right back home. Go ahead and sing Rocky Top right on up out of here. Moving on, Stu. Moving on. Let's jump down we don't need to talk about Ducks, okay? Ducks by a bunch, okay?
We got Clemson and Arizona State.
Yes, sir.
Who you got?
Listen, Arizona State was my number one before I committed to Oregon.
Okay.
And I'm not, and listen.
Now you still in love with them or what?
Not at all.
Okay, just making sure.
I was about to say something, but I'm going to keep it PG-13 on here, okay?
Yes, please do.
But listen, when I look at Arizona State, I start at the top. I start right there with KD, with the head man.
Yeah.
Coming from Oregon, being up under Dan Lanning, being right alongside Dan Lanning. When you look at him and you hear him talk, I hear it. I see it.
Similarities.
Similarities is different. They got a chip on their shoulder. Clemson does too.
Yeah.
Listen, Dabo, Jesus won't save you in this round, baby.
Clemson, you ain't got enough heat, dog. It's too hot over there in Arizona. And Arizona just be out there. Man, they running back. Scabo?
I was just about to say.
Scabo?
He about to get gone.
He about to be like
skating
Bo.
on y'all boys. Listen,
he about to be like old school Bo.
Listen,
that boy contact balance is just out of this world. Like, you going to try to hit him with a truck. That boy going to be out here with a tank.
Toby Gearhart.
Exactly. But better, in my opinion.
Yes, better. So,
better.
We, like I said, we ride an alignment on this left side. We get a little dicey when we get to the right, but we both got A-State moving on. Let's jump back to that right side. You got Notre Dame, Georgia, Boise, SMU. Talk to me.
Yeah, Notre Dame and Georgia. Georgia ain't got no chance. Notre Dame going to have too much heat on defense for young Stockton. Carson Beck being out is going to hurt him. It's going to hurt him.
Stockton going to be stuffed, huh?
Yeah, Stockton going to be stocked list.
Out of stock. Boy, gonna be out of stock.
Out of stock. Hey, you better not buy that stock. Leave that stock alone.
Yeah.
But you know, and it's unfortunate because I think literally the quarterback position is the only reason why they're not going to advance. It reminds me of Florida State when they lost their quarterback.
Yeah.
And they were just a completely different team.
Completely different.
Last year. But that was last year.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Notre Dame.
Okay.
Highly favored. Touchdown, Jesus.
No, they Catholic over there.
Hey, man, listen. Jesus is Jesus.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not going to get that.
Leave it alone.
We're going to leave that alone.
Leave it alone.
Listen, okay. You got Boise. You got SMU. I got Boise. I got Penn State. And guess who I'm rolling with? Them boys in blue. That boy is poetic.
You is poetic, man.
That boy is poetic.
Yeah.
But listen, you don't know what boy in blue I'm talking about.
You talking about them cats.
Listen, I just told you, it was no pity for the kitty not that long ago. It was no pity for the kitty. Coach Franklin gonna have these boys ready. They're on a mission. They got something to prove. Ashton Denty, I love you. I love you. You are phenomenal, but it won't be enough. Y'all don't got enough, okay? You don't got enough. You don't got enough artillery. You don't got enough ammo to come out and do what y'all need to do against this Penn State team. Penn State gets it done. Don't pack an overnight bag because you won't be staying long.
The offensive line for Boise State, okay? I'm just going to start there, okay? They are powerful.
Right.
They're the best offensive line.
Are they powerful or is Genty not from here?
I'm going to get to Genty.
Okay, my fault. Let me get out your business.
Now, listen. When you have an offensive line that can beat you up and they got a dog behind them, they block differently, okay?
No doubt.
They block differently. And Penn State ain't seen nobody like that, right? When Oregon played Boise State earlier in the year, I was holding on to my seat.
You and me both. You and me both.
Because I'm just thinking to myself, ain't no way that he's running through holes like this, right? But not just that. When you get a running back of that caliber, getting to go through holes just untouched, you know what that feels like, Kenyon.
Yes, I do.
We call that getting into a zone.
The zone.
Zone. Right? And so Ashton Genty, he's already gonna be pissed off, okay? Because he ain't get the Heisman. He should have got that Heisman. But you know what? God didn't allow him to have that Heisman for a reason. You know what that reason is?
He was putting that
light
battery in his
fire. We're going to see a whole nother level of Ashton Genty. We're going to be like, hold on. We made a mistake.
I like it.
We made a mistake. And why did we do this? Because he is going to upset some people. And those people, they're going to be SMU because it's going to be easy.
I am not mad at the take. Genty will win, but Boise State will lose. Moving on. Moving on. Let's jump. Okay, well, listen, we don't got to go too far. Let's stay on this right side before we jump back to that left side.
Let's stay on the left side for the good side.
You got to put them up. You got the Rudies. You got the Rudies versus the Boise State. Okay, the Broncos. What you got going right there?
Listen, the Irishmen, they walk around a little different, okay? And a little short. They're short, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really get them. You can't really hit them the way you want to hit, like a regular person or a horse or whoever it is that you want to be as a mascot, right? They're too short. You can't hit them. Okay. You might try to kick them, but they're too fast, all right? They're Irishmen, right? And they drink a lot, okay? And so they're going to come out there in whatever situation, ready to throw these bows, man. That's when they really gonna be fighting. Okay. They got the fight in them, and I look at Golden Tate, Jimmy Clausen. You know what I'm saying? Jerome Bettis, Ricky Waters.
History.
I want that energy. I want guys like that to come into this game and that spirit. Bring that spirit of greatness and mollywop them boys.
I like
It'll
it.
be easy work.
I like it. I don't got nothing to say to that because neither one of those teams are in my semifinal.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I just been on this kick. A couple weeks ago, it was no pity for that kitty. No pity for the kitty.
No pity for the kitty.
But that bulldog is coming for that bone. It's coming. This is the end of the road for Penn State.
That's exactly what I was saying. That was my joke.
Yeah. I beat you. I beat you to it.
What did the dog say to the cat?
Huh? What did he say? You said you was going to tell me. I want to know.
You don't get this bone. You gonna get this bone. Look, you know them bones they sell at them bones they sell at the pet store?
Yeah.
Yeah, it look like they got the bone marrow in there still and all that. Seasoned.
Okay. All right.
The ones that's not wrapped in plastic either is like just sitting there.
I have nothing more to say. I got Georgia winning. I got Georgia moving on to the final. I got nothing left to say.
Yeah.
We go. Let's go left. Let's go left right now. Yeah, we going left. So we both,
even though your bracket's wrong.
Life is all about perception, and your perception is wrong. So listen, we back to this left side. The Ducks, Sun Devils, Oregon, Arizona State. What you got? Do we even gotta ask? Well, yeah. I think you need to remix. You need to remix that.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, that'd be crazy. Exactly. Yeah, lock that sound in that you just made. You did something right there.
I did that.
Yeah, you did that.
But shucky ducky quack quack
all day long.
Tell them in duck lingo. So what he just said was, it's been a long time coming. The time is now.
Change gonna come. It's been
I was born by the river. In a little tent.
Yeah.
And oh, just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming. But I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
And that change is here. It's gonna be so sentimental. KD coming back, facing DTM, Dan the Man. It's gonna look the love fest. You know they love each other. It's gonna be loving. But when you get between them lines and you get on the gridiron, the Ducks will take flight, and the Sun Devil will go back to where he came from, down below. Okay, there's nothing left to say.
Nothing left to say. Nothing.
Ducks by a million. Ducks by a million.
It really don't matter who's gonna be on that right side.
It didn't.
Irishman, Bulldog, Penn State, Bronco, SMU, Hoosier, Loser, Cruiser, Fusia, Delusia.
Is that a
Everybody's
word?
Delusional out there.
I don't think is delusion a word.
Nah, I just made it up.
I like it. Don't worry about it. So listen, the championship game is set. You got Oregon versus Notre Dame for Stew. You got Oregon versus Georgia for me. Stew. Again, do we need to say it? We need to say it because we're here. So let's say it. What you got?
Ducks by a milli, willy, dilly.
A milli. Yeah. We don't really need to talk about it. It didn't matter who's coming from this right side.
Nope.
It is our time. It is our time. This is us. This is about us. This isn't about anybody else. Chip used to say this all the time. It's not about another team. It's a faceless opponent. Our opponent is right in front of us. It's right in front of our face when we look in the mirror, and that is us. As long as Oregon plays Oregon football and plays its brand of football, there is nothing. There's nothing that Notre Dame can do. There's nothing that a Bulldog can do. Oregon wins. That's the bottom line. And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold says so. Okay? Yeah, listen. It don't matter. It don't matter who show up from that right side.
It doesn't matter what you think is going to happen in the college football playoffs. It doesn't matter.
Boy, listen, I'm ready to go watch WWF, not WWE. Listen.
This is pandemonium.
Stu, you're right. It's pandemonium, and pandemonium, it's right now. We got an announcement. We got a special announcement. Listen, first off and foremost, we will miss you guys next week. Next week, we will not be here. Why? Because it's the holiday season.
Jesus' birthday.
It's Christmas time, okay? It's that time of the year, so we will miss next week. But the following week, we will be hosting a live podcast from no other place than the greatest stadium in all of the land, the Rose Bowl, hosted by yours truly, JStew, myself, with a special guest, LaMichael James will be joining us, and we know how much you guys loved that last episode with him. So that's going to be a great experience. It's going to be a great show full of laughter. So many stories probably going to be told. But, Stu, final thoughts, baby. What we got?
Man, it's going to be a long time until we watch our Oregon Ducks. That's what I have to deal with that. But I'm happy for them. Hope they get rested. Hope they're working on the things necessary and come out guns blazing when it's time to go. But excited for the holiday season. So I'm just excited to spend it with my family, man, and watch some football, act like I'm interested in other teams. That's about it. What about you?
I'm right in line with you. 24 days till we see the Ducks again. 24 days for us to get better. 24 days to us to get back into who we are, and what we want to be. 24 days to lock back in on our mission. And at the end of that 24 days, we come out and accomplish it. That's the bottom line. I'm super excited about it. Obviously, the holiday season is upon us, so Merry Christmas to all of the Duck family out there. We love you guys. We hope your holidays is full of holiday cheer and holiday glee with a lot of Christmas presents up under the tree, okay? Boy, I'm poetic.
You is poetic.
To the team, okay? Because this is not just about me and Stu. To Rye, Adam, and G.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to y'all. Look, you guys don't understand the conversations and everything that takes place and all that we do on here, man. But it's a team that makes this thing come together. So
we hope the holidays. Special.
Yeah, man, it's a special group. So happy holidays to all the fellas that's usually on these calls with us and on these Zooms as we out here having a good time. But that's all we got time for today. Stu, I love you.
Love you.
And as always, remember, ducks of a feather flock together.